Hey, it's Eric at Tri-State Public Safety. So today we're going to do a little experiment. Going to compare two extremely popular LED hideaways, and that is the Whelen Vertex, which is on your right, and then the newer Feniex Cannon, which is on your left-hand side. So this is not going to be real scientific, but I'm going to try to educate you, give you as much possible information as we can. And then you guys can make an educated decision on which one you think is brighter and maybe better. So we'll go ahead and get started. And again, it's not going to be real scientific, but they're both receiving power from the same source, and they're both the same color. And so we're going to go from there. And okay, so now both LED light heads are on, both LED hideaways, and they're almost exactly at the same angle. The Vertex cord was kind of acting kind of goofy, so I had to use the wire stripper there to try to keep it in the same position. But this will at least give you a general idea. So of course in your Whelen Vertex, which again is still on the right hand side, you have 6 LEDs, and then in the Feniex Cannon you have 12 LEDs. So we'll give you a couple different shots of this. Okay, so now we've stepped back probably about 15 feet or so away from that table, and I just kind of have the camera zoomed in a little bit here. Again, the Feniex Cannon in all white still on your left-hand side, all white Whelen Vertex on your right-hand side. Okay, this is going to be an overhead shot. Again, Whelen Vertex still on your right-hand side, Feniex Cannon on the left. And this is a whiteboard that we put underneath of it just to see if you could tell how much light was being broadcast from the head. Kind of a side shot here. And this shot we're about 15 feet away, but eye level. Okay, so we've had the opportunity to kind of see them in an unscientific display, kind of battling it out between the two of them. Again, the Feniex Cannon and the Whelen Vertex. So let me give you some facts. A lot of times people don't know this when they go to order them, or maybe they're confused because there's a whole lot of LED terminology and technology out there, and it can be a little confusing. So let me do. This is kind of just a compare and contrast. A little bit of an educational video, so you can make an informed decision when you're making a purchase. So the Whelen Vertex and the Feniex Cannon. The Feniex Cannon uses 12 LEDs. The Whelen Vertex only uses 6. And the Whelen Vertex is a little bit smaller head than the Feniex Cannon. However, when installing, you would still use or drill a 1-inch hole to mount either light head into that housing. They still require a 1-inch hole. So, the outside diameter of this is not what's important. This is the 1-inch head that's going to be penetrating the light housing. And same thing with this one. They both have an inline flasher. This is Feniex and this is Whelen's. Obviously, a bit of a size difference between the two. Several feet of cabling. wiring, as you can see. The Whelen Vertex has about 25 different flash patterns built in it. I believe the Feniex Cannon has 18 or 19. So they're, you know, sort of neck and neck there when it comes to flash patterns. Of course, they're both syncable. So if you have light heads that you want to have on the same pattern and have them in sync, those are available for either one of these. So probably one of the biggest differences is the LED count. Okay, the Feniex Cannon has 12, the Whelen Vertex has 6. And then also the availability to have different modes in the Feniex Cannon. You are not going to find that with the Whelen Vertex, and then, to be honest with you, you're not going to find that with any other LED hideaway that's on the market currently. So you can, you know, replace your OEM reverse light bulb, put this guy in there. When you put the car in reverse, he's going to light up white, steady white, and take place of now him being your reverse light. And then when you go to emergency mode, boom, it'll switch over to emergency mode and, you know, allow it to flash on whatever pattern you picked out. The Whelen Vertex, on the other hand, is not going to allow you to do that. His availability as far as functionality is one mode, and that is simply a warning light. So a couple differences there. They both have the same 5-year warranty. I have dealt with both companies with warranty issues, and they stand behind their product. Inside the bag, pretty customary. You get a gasket that will go on top of the head when you go to install it, and a couple screws. The Whelen Vertex is no different. Same thing, he's got gasket and screws inside the bag. So no difference there. But yeah, there's one more thing inside the Feniex bag, and that is a surface mount flange. So if you wanted to surface mount this light directly to a vehicle, a push bumper, whatever, it doesn't matter. They give you this flange in the bag. It comes with every single one of them. Whelen does not. Whelen charges you between 10 and probably up to like 13 bucks just for the surface mount flange. So maybe something else to consider there too. You know, you get it automatically with Feniex, and it does not come with Whelen. So again, we talked about the flash patterns, the syncability, multiple different modes in the Feniex Cannon, so it allows the user a lot more flexibility when you go to install these lights. And also another thing that we haven't talked about yet, excuse me, in the Whelen Vertex, you'll notice you have 3 LEDs and then 3 LEDs. So you have 12 in the Feniex Cannon. Now if you ordered these lights in a split design, in other words, you wanted 2 colors inside these lights, the way that Whelen is going to do it is one side is, let's say you got red-blue. This side will be red, this side will be blue. The way that Feniex does it is they stagger them. So it actually be red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, all the way around the light. So here's the difference in that. When the light fires, again, we're just using red, blue as an example, but if this side were red and this side were blue, when the Whelen Vertex fires, only half of that light is firing at one time, which means only 3 LEDs are firing at one time. Whereas in the the Feniex Cannon, because they're staggered, in that staggered formation, still in a circular design, the whole lamp is going to fire that color. So if it's red, blue, red, blue, red, blue all the way around, and the red fires, that whole light head is going to be firing red, even though it's 6 LEDs because they're staggered, versus half and half. Hopefully I'm not confusing you. But that's really important. We get questions all day long, every single week, about if I order a split color, you know, how's it going to be set up? Is it half and half, or, you know, how do they do it? And just also understand that when you order a light in a split color, you've essentially cut your power 50%, because only 50% of that light's output is going to be on at a given time. So if it's red and blue, when it's firing red, that light potentially has either 6 LEDs or 12, but when it's firing in a split color formation, only half of that light is actually on. and then it'll switch and either do the opposite 6 or the opposite 3 and fire that other color, versus having 12 all in the same color or 6 all in the same color and firing at once. You're going to have 12 LEDs of that one color or 6 LEDs of that one color firing away. So something else to think about. Not a big deal. I think both these lights are very powerful. Obviously, you just saw them. And again, this is more of just an educational video about probably 2 of the most popular LED hideaway lights that are currently on the market, and maybe the differences and maybe some pros and cons. Obviously, the Whelen Vertex is more expensive than the Feniex Cannon. And again, with the Feniex Cannon, not only do you get multiple modes that allow you to sort of pick and choose what you want to do with the light, you also get the surface mount flange, which may not be a big deal to some people, but again, if you needed it and you didn't have it, in this case, it's going to cost you an extra 10, 12, 13 bucks. With Feniex, they give it to you for free. It's already included in the bag. And, again, about flash patterns, they're right around the same. 25 with Whelen, around 18, 19, whatever it is with Feniex, and same warranty. So I hope that answers some questions. If you guys have any additional questions, feel free to give us a call, 513-422-5775. You can certainly shoot us an email, but hopefully maybe that answered some questions for you. Thanks for watching.